Okay folks, welcome back once again to the Long Dark and the highly significant issue, superstitious as I am, video number 13. Yes, we are back here exactly where we left off at the end of our slightly muddled up video number 12 that ended up being filmed in two parts and things went a bit wrong and all sorts of bad things happened, but we are back here in camp office. The weather outside is still pretty horrible. That was the weather that we had to walk back in, that blizzard. Obviously we did a little bit of warming up and we did some water production and everything. Let's just see if we've got anything we can drop. Well, we can drop some of this water. I'm going to go ahead and drop 3 litres of that. Oh, did I warm that up and forget to eat it? Oh, well, that just sucks. Oh, well, let's go ahead and eat that. I think I've warmed that up and forgot to actually go ahead and drink it. I have noticed... There we are. I was going to say I have noticed these are 2 litre bottles now, except that's completely wrong. They are 1 litre bottles, so my bad. Okay, so we are here, pretty much stranded, to be perfectly honest with you, in camp office. I have no fuel in my inventory at all. I have got some tinder plugs. I've got 14 of them, so I don't need quite so many tinder plugs. So let's just go ahead and drop some of those tinder plugs. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the 4. So I'm only carrying the 10. I've got a cattail stalk as well. So we've got some matches, fire striker, and the magnifying lens. Isn't really proving very useful, but we'll keep it in the inventory. I think we're doing okay there. Anything in the crafting? Oh yes, of course. Yes, I'd forgotten we had that. Let's head downstairs. Of course, in the last video we picked up a deer hide, so we can go ahead and drop it. We actually have one that's cured and one that's very nearly cured, so we're very close now to being able to go ahead and make our first crafting item. Let's just lay everything out then. So we've got gut, in keeping with my file system. I'll pop that there, and we'll put the gut up here. Keeps in with the filing system, and I suspect we've probably got some cured gut as well. Yep, we have indeed. We have 3 pieces that are completely cured. So what I'm going to do is just drop those down onto the shelf underneath. I just find a little bit of patch of green where I can place that. No, apparently not. I'll have to put it over this side then. That's fine. And we have another piece just there, and that's not quite cured. So this is how I sort out my crafting supplies. Gut that's still curing I put on the top. Gut that's cured I put underneath, so I can easily tell which is which. And you can tell by the colour. You can see this one is slightly kind of greyer, if you like, desaturated, slightly darker. That's cured, and these are not quite cured. That's actually cured 1% in the time we've been sitting here, so that ain't far off. So hopefully, very, very shortly, we'll be able to go ahead and make our deerskin boots. Have we got anything else that we can be doing housekeeping wise to keep ourselves busy? How's my rifle looking? 51%, that's pretty good. Let's get rid of this whetstone. We don't need to be carrying that around. I think I was probably sharpening things and completely forgot I was carrying it. There we are. That can go there. Well, the weather outside appears to have just sort of stopped. Let's just open the door and see what's happening out here. Somebody's turned the wind off. It's not too bad out here now, actually. We're a little bit tired, so I don't want to venture too far. But it's actually not too bad. Okay, let's break the rifle out. Don't know if there's going to be anything. Now, we did have, obviously, a potential dead wolf, which is around that corner, but I don't really want to venture over there. Ooh. I can hear something running. Sounds like a deer. It's coming from vaguely over here. What I might do is just sort of gather some wood and some fuel and things. Ah, there's a deer. Am I too far away? I think I probably am, but we'll give it a try. And we've got him! Oh, and I've leveled up on my firearm rifle. My rifle firearm skill has gone up, which is always good. Okay, let's just do some wood gathering then. Temperature's -6, so it's actually not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and just harvest this cedar. And we'll gather a few sticks. Ooh, the sun's come out. That's all rather nice. Let's just gather some sticks. Just a few. And then we shall go and collect our prize. The sun has come out and it's very, very clear now. Look at this. Okay, here we go. So we are going to collect our prize. 15% frozen, obviously, from the time it took us to Fire Striker. We'll use the cattail head and we'll use again the piece of cedar. We're going to have to make a fire long enough to be able to harvest the deer completely. So we really want to get everything off. This is going to give us a lot more meat. And of course that final deer hide that will give us 4. Although I think I actually need 6 to be able to do both the boots and the trousers. So we're going to have to go back and double check that. See what we actually need. But we're looking pretty good. We've got another deer. If we can get this fire lit, of course. That's the big sort of key factor. Can we get the fire lit? Come on. Come on, little fire. There we go. No, I didn't mean to do that. No, I did not mean to do that. Okay, let's add another one of those. I did not mean to take a brand there. That was a total waste of time. Right, okay, how long is it going to take us to completely harvest this deer? 2 hours and 8 minutes. And we'll go with that. I think we should be alright. I think we should be okay. We're very tired, though. Did we get everything? Excellent. We did. And the fire has just gone out. The brand was flipping useless, but at least I get a stick back out of it. Oh, okay. Maybe I don't.
Might have to drop some gear.
We're also encumbered, but that's fine because we are literally just within a stone's throw. Whoops. Walk in the right direction of camp office, so we should be okay. Let's just sprint back. Temperature-wise, it's now -9, so it's still pretty good, actually. But we are absolutely drained. We're parched. We've got 4 hours of daylight remaining.
Find something to eat.
Yeah, in your pack, actually, and back in the house that we are running towards very rapidly. So it should be absolutely fine. Okay, so that was a more successful hunt. Took the deer down quite easily. Leveled up on rifle skill, which is always good as well. I still need to do a little bit of research on the skills, but obviously the skill system, the better we get at things, the more likely it is we're going to be successful, or the easier it gets. Awesome, so where's my deer hide? Drop the deer hide, drop the 2 guts. I don't know. Okay. He's, well actually to be fair, you're sounding crazier because ultimately you've got 15 odd litres of water upstairs. If you right, okay, so let's drop that hide there, keep up with everything. So we now got 2 cured deer hides, lots of cured gut, because these 2 are cured as well. So let's just tidy ourselves up before we go up to bed. Let's just pop all that there, very good. Well, that will carry on curing. So we're actually now in a position to go ahead and do the deerskin boots. But before we do that, because we're so tired, let's get ourselves upstairs and let's get ourselves sleep. So we'll sleep through the night, then we'll come back down and do that in the morning. So let's just sort out our food. Obviously we're carrying a lot of meat at the moment, as you can see, but it's the cooked meat that we want. Yeah, don't worry about that, we'll be taking care of that. Okay, so let's eat, drink and be merry. So we're going to go ahead and eat both of those pieces of cooked deer meat. You can see different sizes of deer meat give you different amounts of calories. You just got to bear that in mind. It's not uniform. There we go. So let's go to bed and that'll sleep for. We'll go for the full 8 hours. And obviously you can see my condition's still relatively low. It's at about 61%. That's because I haven't fully recovered it after it dropped from the last video where things went a little bit awry. So just need to get our condition back up again, which obviously this will do. Hopefully we're almost there. Oh, we're all the way there, 100%. Okay, so we are still tired, still thirsty. Let's do another let's try another 3 hours. See if we can get through 3 hours. See if it'll let us do that. And I think we'll have to pass time for a little bit. And obviously we're going to have to drink and probably eat a little bit. So we'll just eat a tiny little bit and we'll drink. Standard practice really, standard processes. And we shall let's see if we can pass time for 3 hours. And then let's see if we can just sleep for a couple of hours. Actually, I might just go with it, actually. If we pass time and it comes into daylight and we can see what we're doing, I might just run with it. Yeah, let's just run with it. Because we're actually going to be crafting. We're going to be staying inside the building. We're not going out now, so we're okay. So, we're at 16%, 16%. That's 51%, 51%. Obviously, that's cool. We only got one of them. Okay, we're looking in pretty good shape then. So, we have 2 cured deer hides. So, let's pick them up. And I think it was 4 gut that we needed, so that's 2, 3, 4. Let's pick those up. And to the workbench. Now, you don't actually need tools. Tools help. So I am going to pick up tools. I don't know, and I'm going to pick up sewing kit. I think it's actually the sewing kit we need for this rather than the tools, but I'll pick them up anyway just to be on the safe side. So, let's go back. And we need 2 cured deer hides, which we've got, and 4 cured guts, which we've got. Okay, so, things we need for the deerskin boots then. We need 12.5 hours worth of time. That's how long it's going to take us to make them. We need a sewing kit. So it is a sewing kit, not simple tools. We need a sewing kit. And then what we can do is just say how long we want to spend. So I'm going to say let's spend 4 hours initially on it. Well, let's spend 4.5. Let's get the half hour out of the way. And we'll craft for that amount of time. And obviously our thirst, our hunger and everything else will go down. Which is why I didn't do the full 12 hours in one go. Because then I will come back out. I will go back in here and I will eat and drink. So I'm going to eat that. And I'll eat a couple of my cattail stalks. I'll just eat the one actually. And we'll drink. There we are, so that sorts all that out, and then we can go back into the workbench. We've got 8 hours left to go, so I'm going to do 4 hours, and then we'll keep an eye on our conditions, see where we're at. Once you start crafting, the items that you use for the craft, so that's, in this case, the deer hides and the gut, will disappear from your inventory, and the item will be added to your inventory will be the in-progress deerskin boots that we're actually making. So, I need to eat by the looks of things. I'm just going to go up and get some actual food, I think. Because I'm carrying a lot of uncooked meat around with me, which that's my next challenge. Go ahead and cook all that up. Yes, yes. Calm down. We've got plenty in here, haven't we? Oh no, they're closed. We've got plenty in the bottom. No, we haven't. Oh, was that where we had the wolf meat? The wolf meat's all gone bad. Oh, okay. Right. So, it was the wolf meat we had in there. The wolf meat's all gone bad. That degraded very quickly. In fact, this is degrading very quickly. I am wondering, because we're in Stalker, that meat is actually degrading very quickly, because I think we've eaten all the venison that we had, which seems about right. Oh, okay, fine. So we just need to be a little bit more wary of that. We just need to be a little bit more wary of that, so we don't get caught out. Okay, let's go ahead and eat beef jerky. And let's go ahead and eat the pork and beans, which we can open. With the can opener, and that way we don't lose anything. And then we can drink again. I keep forgetting we're in Stalker mode, which is not where I normally am, and I think I'm forgetting that things are going to be slightly different in Stalker mode. I think the meat degrades a bit faster. So we shall have to go and cook our deer meat very, very soon. Okay, so we only have 4 hours remaining on this. As you can see, time remaining 4 hours. And so let's do 4 hours, because we should be perfectly okay to do that. Let's go ahead and do it. We're getting a bit tired now. Weather outside's not very nice by the looks of things, but that's not a problem. It's gone dark. So, oh, that's annoying. We ran out of time by 4 minutes. Oh, That's really quite annoying. I know it was going dark, but I thought we'd at least finish that before it actually went pitch black. Oh, okay. Well, let's take advantage of oh, that's annoying. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's just sleep for an hour. Or can we sleep for 2? Or 3? Yeah, let's sleep for 3 hours. And that'll just get some of our tiredness condition level back up. And then I'm going to go ahead and cook all of this deer meat. I don't want to leave it too long because it really is degrading rather quickly. Okay, so we need some firewood. So a piece of cedar, another piece of cedar, a piece of fir. Yeah, alright, don't worry. Right, so tinder plugs, fire striker, and do I get a better chance? 70%? No, I'm better chance with the cedar, so let's do that. I usually use sticks, but I've been using cedar because I do actually want long fires. If you're using, if you're just doing a little short fire, just to warm yourself up or cook something before you set off somewhere, which is what I'm going to start doing. It's a little trick that I usually do and I haven't been doing it, so I'm going to be doing it. Warming ourselves up before we head outside. And hopefully, once we've got our deerskin boots, we're only going to need, you know, we're going to be slightly better off because it's warmer, so we can travel further before we end up freezing. Okay, let's pop this piece of fur on because that gives us a really good long fire. And let's get this venison cooked. Because that's my concern. It's degrading rather quickly, so I just want to get it cooked. Restock our food supply. Okay, that itchy nose again. Hopefully I've got enough time with this fire to be able to cook it all. I think when your cooking skill increases, the amount of time... Oh, be quiet. I think when your cooking skill increases, the amount of time it takes to cook food goes down. So, always a bonus. Right, I need to add some more fuel. Cook the rest of it up. Again, this is a subject for debate among different players. I cook everything all in one go because I've always felt that it's better to have it all cooked because it seems to keep better when it's all cooked. Some people will keep it raw until the conditions drop quite low, then cook it, which brings the condition up. But I've actually got food poisoning from doing that before, so I don't like to do it. By the way, I know my condition's dropping, but it's okay. We're nearly done anyway. There we go. So now we can eat and drink. So let's eat a couple of pieces of... I'm going to eat a couple of pieces of our venison, and then we're going to drink. And we're all back to normal again, and we're going to drop most of our venison back off again. Just keep one piece, and I'm going to transfer some of that into my inventory, plus the bit of water that I've got in the bottom. Okay, so we're actually doing pretty well right now. So let's jump back into bed. We've got 4 hours of darkness remaining. Let's sleep for 6, because that will get our condition back up, get us well into the day, so the temperature's risen outside, it's not quite so cold, and hopefully sort our tiredness level all the way back out. Not quite, but as good as we need it. Okay, so let us... Am I carrying anything I don't need to be... Whoops. Am I carrying anything I don't need to be carrying? Yes, I'm still carrying a deer hide. I could have sworn I dropped that. Oh, that's the cured deer hide. Okay, maybe we haven't actually finished using that yet then. In our deerskin boot construction. Yes, they're considered in progress. So let's just go down and do that 4 minutes it's going to take to finish this off, and then we'll have our deerskin boots. And they will give us a much, much better warmth bonus than any of the other boots in the game. So let's just finish that off. It's only going to take us a few minutes. Ta-da! And there we go. So, what do we need for the deerskin trousers? We need 3 cured deer hides for the deerskin trousers, so we're 1 short. Okay, let's go into clothes then, and we're going to wear these. These give us a warmth bonus of +4 and a wind chill bonus of +3 compared to the warm leather boots that we have been wearing, so they are much, much better. I think we can also do with doing a bit of repair work, actually. Have I got any cloth and things? Yes, I have. Let's take all the cloth and let's see if we can do a little bit of repair work. So we want to do some repair work on our trousers, so let's do that. This is the first bit of repairing I'm doing, and this can fail, so... well, there we are, that's not too bad. 61%. Let's just try that again. See if we can get another repair out of it. There you are, that's better. So that takes it to 91%. That's much, much better. Let's do a little bit of repair work on this. Now, the reason that you would do this is that, again, the warmth bonus you get from clothing degrades as the condition of the clothing degrades. So you don't get as much warmth bonus if the clothing isn't in such good condition. So it's worth repairing your clothing that you have if you don't have any other clothing to change into, as that will then give you the maximum warmth bonus from it. So it's one of those little game mechanics you have to bear in mind, because let's face it, in real life, if your clothing started to degrade, it wouldn't be as effective at protecting you. So it's entirely reasonable to do this, and we should now get a better warmth bonus from all of the clothing that we're fixing. Is it a massive warmth bonus? Probably not, really, because none of this clothing is particularly good in the first place, but at least... oh, it failed, and I think it failed because the sewing kit broke. I've only got that one sewing kit. You can actually use fishing tackle as well. Well, that's got to fail, isn't it? Yeah, the sewing kit's broken. Okay, hang on. Let me just get myself another sewing kit. Yeah. You don't need a workbench to do this either, by the way. Oh, I can't. Oh, I haven't got any cloth yet. Oh, I haven't got any cloth. I've used it all. Okay, not to worry. Right, let's just transfer... whoops. Let's just transfer some... I'm carrying some old man's... oh, let's get rid of that. I'm carrying some old man's beard around with me. I don't need to be, so let's get that in there. Any other materials we can get rid of? I don't think there is. Nope. Okay, that's fine. A couple of things I do want to do, though. If I go back in here and into my tools, drop the sewing kit and drop the simple tools, which we didn't actually need anyway. So let's get rid of those. Put these back on the table. There we go. And let us just get rid of these worn leather boots that we're carrying around. So again, we don't need to be carrying them, so let's go and get rid of them. Save the carrying weight. Let's get rid of those. Again, we can harvest these things and create, get materials from them. well, let's just have a quick. I'll just quickly show you the harvest mechanic. If we go in here, we've got actions, and the action that we have is to harvest it. If we harvest it, it will break it down, and we'll get a piece of cloth out of it. Obviously, we don't want to do that because they're our brand new trousers that we're actually wearing. But if you've got spare clothing, you can break down the spare clothing that you've got and use the materials to repair the clothing that you're actually using. Makes sense, really. That's how it would work in real life. So I think we're actually doing slightly better now. Overall warmth bonus is 10. Wind chill bonus is 6. So the air temperature in this room is -3, but it feels like 7 degrees. So that's how the temperature system works. The air temperature in the room is actually -3, but we've got a clothing bonus of +10, so the actual temperature that it feels like to us is 7, so it's above freezing because of all the clothes that we're wearing. Right, well, I think we are pretty much done with what we can do, so we may head back out again. I'm just trying to decide what to do with the remaining 5 minutes of today's video. We've got 5 hours of daylight left. I just need to eat and drink. That's the first thing I do need to do. I'm not going to go too far. I might just go and do a little bit of firewood gathering outside. Let's just eat and drink. Unless we get really lucky and there's another deer wandering around outside. Because I've got 2 deer hides. So I'm 1 short of being able to do the deerskin trousers. So Let's head out and see if we find a deer nearby. I'm not going to go too far though. Excuse me. I'm not going to go too far. Ooh, actually, it's not bad. Oh, feels like 1 degree, so that's actually made quite a difference. Hello, what's that lying in the middle of the ground over there? What's that lying on the ground over here? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? It is, you know. That's our friend the wolf that jumped us in the last video and nearly took us out. He has succumbed to his injuries. So we shall be stealing his coat. Let's harvest. Temperature's really good now, actually. So we're not getting cold. It's already improved. I'm not going to bother taking the meat. For the reasons that I explained in the previous video. We've got this risk of intestinal parasites if we eat the wolf meat or other carnivore meat. So it's actually better not to bother. We've got plenty of venison and we've got plenty of other food stores. So there's just no point. I was wondering where he was going to be, you know. I thought he was going to be up there somewhere, but no, right in the middle of the lake. So that was really quite useful. Oh, so it was worth popping out then. That was well worth the effort. We've got ourselves another wolf pelt. So that's 3. We need 4 to make the wolfskin coat, which obviously forms part of our current set of goals. Our current set of goals are to get all of the animal skin clothing so that we're really, really nice and warm, which allows us to travel outside for longer without freezing, and that will then allow us to start exploring a little bit, and we can head to one of the other regions. And I think I'm going to go to Pleasant Valley. I think is my plan. I haven't quite decided yet, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Is this a branch that I can harvest? I'm not sure. Can I harvest this, or is it just for scenery? Oh, I can harvest it. Excellent. Well, I'm going to do that then. It's a nice big branch, so we're going to get plenty of cedar wood off that. Cool. Oh, it's gone a little bit murky. But that's fine. We're not very far away from the camp office, so we don't have to worry too much about that. 3 hours of daylight left. It's gone a little bit murky, but nice and warm because it's obviously we've boosted our warmth bonus quite significantly. Excellent. So let us drop our loot. That was a nice simple little trip, that was. It went very well. So we've got 2 more gut and we have another wolf skin. So let's put the wolf pelt with the others. In fact, let's pop it there, and then we have 2 more gut, which I'll put up on the top. In fact, I think we've... Oh, no, they're not quite cured. They're very close, but not quite cured. And there we are. So we are in really, really good shape. So just a little recap then. We've got our little tool storage over here. Lots of stuff. We've got our deerskin boots now crafted. We've got 2 more deer hides here curing away, ready to make the deerskin pants or deerskin trousers, depending on which side of the Atlantic you're from. And we need another one to be able to do that, so we need to go out and find another deer. We've got 3 wolf pelts, and we need 4 to make the wolfskin coat, so we need another one of those. And we have 1 rabbit pelt. We need another 3, I think, to be able to make the rabbit skin mitts, which are the warmest gloves in the game. And that will then give us the full set of animal clothing, which will allow us to be really, really warm, and we can travel long distances in relatively cold conditions without freezing very quickly, which I think is going to be really, really good. And we've got lots and lots of gut up here curing as well. So all is well. We are in really, really good shape. So what we're going to do, we're going to call it a day for this video, and we shall carry on next time. So we've made it through the highly significant video number 13. I was slightly concerned, to be perfectly honest, because I'm a bit superstitious about number 13. But we've made it through. We have survived. So let's bring up the journal. Bring this up here. I'm going to write in it, and it is still the 16th of December. Because I have an afternoon here that I can use to record videos, so I have been. So what have we done today? Well, we've done some crafting of the deer skin boots. We have cooked our venison. We have... what else have we done? Found our not so friendly, whoops daisies, I can't spell friendly wolf, and we stole his coat. And we've done some housekeeping tasks as well. So we've actually, it doesn't seem like a lot, but again, it's the same with these videos, with these, you know, we're slowly progressing through the game. We're 16 days in. Let's just have a quick look through some of the stats. We're 16 days in. Our carcass harvesting skill is still at level 1, because we've only harvested a couple, but it's excuse me, it's getting there. Cooking, we're up to level 2. That means we get plus 10% calories from any cooked food item, so that's kind of cool. Fire starting is 2, so fires last 10% longer, and we now have a 55% base chance to start fires, so that's always good. Ice fishing, I'm amazed it's anywhere, because I don't think I've done any. Firearm rifle, we're at 2, so we now get 2 condition per repair action instead of 1, and it increases the chance of a critical hit by 10%, so that's always good. Archery, haven't actually done any of that yet. And repair, we have a 50% chance of successful repair, and we're heading upwards. Collectibles I haven't found, and I keep meaning to have a look at what collectibles, if any, are in the game as it stands at the moment. So that's something I want to double check. And our overall stats. I'm always interested in data, so let's have a quick look. I love data. We have discovered a total of 29 locations. We've been awake for 219 hours. We've been 298 hours indoors. Expended nearly 35,000 calories. We've travelled a total distance of 35.5 kilometres, which of course, most of which is round and round in circles. We've had 17 close encounters with wolves. We've broken down 41 items. We've started 17 fires. 2,300 a day average calories. We have 73 hours we've spent outdoors. 152 hours resting. And we've explored 18% of the overall world. So we're 15 days, 8 hours and 18 minutes in. So anything else interesting? We've been 14 days in Mystery Lake. We've rested for 6 hours outdoors. Which is going to be the time that we spent on the hunting stand, I think. We've done 6 successful repairs. We've fired 9 shots from the rifle, and we've hit 5 targets. So that's actually pretty good. We've only missed 4, so that's not too bad. 17 encounters, 2 wolf struggles. We've won them both. We've killed 4 wolves. Have we? Have we? Oh, that means there's a wolf out there with a skin on it that we didn't take. Oh, darn. Oh, well, never mind. Meat consumed 16 kilos. Fish consumed 1.4. Actually, I say we didn't do any fishing. I might have done, actually, right at the beginning, and I've just forgotten. Yes, we must have done a little bit. We've harvested 28 kilos of meat. We've harvested 15 guts, 8 hides. We've looted 269 items, crafted 6. And to be perfectly honest with you, as much as I love data, I'm getting a bit bored of it now. But we are not doing too bad. Cabin fever, that's an interesting one. Cabin fever is something which was introduced in one of the other updates to try and balance the game, because what people would do is just hide in a building and just stay there for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks once they built up enough resources. So they put that in the game to try and stop that. If you stay indoors for too long, you end up with cabin fever, which causes your condition to drop. So that's a kind of interesting little thing now. But anyway, we're getting off topic. So, we've completed the highly significant number 13. So next time round in number 14, we need to go find another deer and another wolf. So, I am going to say thank you very much for watching. And join us again very soon for part number 14 in the Long Dark Stalker series. I'll see you again soon. Bloody hell, I don't half ramble, don't I, sometimes?